Hey, it's me, Lola, creator of thesmokingprofit.com, a life advice site that focuses on spirituality, creativity, and culture. And you are watching me, and I appreciate it. I was going to say you are tuned into the Smoking Profit podcast, but this is not going to be a podcast today. This is just going to be a very, very quick video that I wanted to share with you all. So, my husband and I focused a lot last month on financial literacy. This month we're focusing on something different, soul care, but soul care is the purposeful care of one's mind, intellect, and will. It's doing whatever you need to do to strengthen those things, to make them more healthy, to just take care of you. And the reason we're focusing on that is because this month is mental health month. So we wanted to focus on mental care, soul care, all of that emotional stuff. Now, your finances are heavily related to your mental space and how you're feeling there emotionally and how you're feeling in your head. So we're going to segue these things together and just make it work, because I don't know about you all, but if my finances are jacked, if I don't have something that I need, I'm going to stress about it. So nobody wants to be in a position where we don't have what we need. And something that we've been taught to help us get what we need is to have a great credit score. You need to have good credit. You need to pay your bills. You need to pay your bills responsibly. You need to do this and that. Now, I'm not saying that we should not pay our bills responsibly, but I am saying that we should rethink credit, because credit is not something that you necessarily need. Did I just say that? Yes, I did. And your credit score is not something that you necessarily need. You don't need your credit score to necessarily go out and rent an apartment, to rent a home, to buy a home, to get whatever you need. It's not necessary. And that's something that I've heard for like the longest time, just from outside influences, really not from my family, because my grandfather was pretty financially sound and he taught me, like, you don't need to do this and you don't need to do that. So everyone doesn't have that advantage, I know, and I just want to share something with you all that I was like, this is very, very dope. It's very clear, it's very concise, and I think it'll help you to rethink credit and to rethink the credit score and all of that. So I'm back. I've been reading this dope book by Rachel Cruze, who is Dave Ramsey's daughter, and she is talking about credit in the book that I'm reading. I will share the book with you later. I'm not going to do that now for time's sake. So in the book, she talks about credit score and what a credit score really, really indicates. I love her definition. It's so clear, it's so concise, and it really, really makes us think. It's not from the perspective of, oh yeah, go ahead and take out this loan to help you build your credit, and oh yeah, this personal line of credit is going to help you to get a home in the future. No, it's from the perspective of, I'm just going to straight up tell you what this is and what this means. So a credit score is a number that companies use to measure an individual's credit risk. Very exciting, I know. Your credit score is calculated like this. So listen to Rachel Cruze's breakdown. 35% debt payment history, 30% debt amount owed, 15% length of debt history, 10% types of debt used, and 10% new debt. Do you see a theme here? So I'm going to pause real quick from the book and just ask you that question. Do you see a theme with all of those things? Every single statement, every percentage was related to debt. It was in relation to debt. It was attached to debt. So the theme there is debt. Back to the book. It's all about debt. Your credit score is based on how well you interact with debt, on how well you interact with owing someone some money, on how well you interact with paying a bill that you could not afford to get at the time, because if you could afford to get it at the time, you would have paid cash for it and not opted to pay for it with interest over the span of 18 to 24 months or beyond. Sorry, that was my part, not hers. Your credit score, again, is based on how well you interact with debt. It's not an indication that you're winning financially. It's just an indication that you have and use debt perhaps a lot. And then she goes on to really hammer this thought in. Just so we're clear, You could inherit $1 million today and your credit score wouldn't change a bit. A high credit score doesn't mean you're good with money or that you have a lot of money. It just shows that debt is a big part of your financial life. And all the pressure around credit scores create a financial death spiral. That sounds horrible. A death spiral? First of all, like, who wants to do that? What does it look like? I need to know. Like, is it a black staircase going down into the depths of hell? Is that what it is? I don't know. But anyway, she said it creates a financial death spiral for a lot of people. They hear early on that they need to establish good credit, so they take out a loan and get a credit card. That makes their credit score go up, which enables them to go deeper in debt. The more debt they have and use, the more opportunities they have to go deeper. That's how people end up with a great credit score, but hopelessly stuck in debt they may never repay. That's terrible. To have a good credit score, but then to have all of this debt that you can't see yourself getting out of. I'm okay. You can miss me with that. Does that sound like winning? I don't think so. And then she drops a clue on us. Here's for the clue bomb. Here's a helpful clue. If your credit score is higher than your bank account balance, you're headed in the wrong direction. So if your credit score is an 800 and you got less than $800 in the bank, then that's a sad, sad day. Because it's better for you to have your own money than someone else's money in a credit card and a line of credit or in some debt that you owe over here. It's better for you to have your own. I don't care how much it is. So if you're wondering, like, okay, Lola, what do we do at this point? What I want you to do is check out a podcast that my husband did. He's such a little financial savvy genius. I love him. And he did a podcast called Debt Do Us Part. In that podcast, he gives 5 strategies to help you ditch debt, okay? And then he gives you some resources of who you can listen to and who you can follow that'll really, really help to walk you through the process and get you to wherever you want to be. Ultimately, at the end of the day, we just want you to hold on to as much of your income as possible. And the less amount of dollars that you have going out, it means the more amount of dollars you can keep with you, okay? And that's where you can build your wealth and have your financial peace and have that financial liberty to do what you want to do and also have that financial security. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this broadcast on rethinking credit scores. I really, really enjoyed talking to you. And the book is called Love Your Life, Not Theirs. It's by Rachel Cruze, which I took the cover of the book off. And it's 7 money habits for living the life you want. So I hope you can stay connected with me, Lola, Lola Cabaya on social media. I'm everywhere. And then you can find the Smoking Profit podcast on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, Spotify, and Stitcher, and get our messages there, where you can find that Debt Do Us Part. If you prefer to read Debt Do Us Part, it is on the smokingprofit.com, or if you wanted to print out the stuff, it's there too. But if you go to the podcast, there's a link that'll take you to the notes that Dante came up with. All right, love you guys. I'm out of here.